David and Goliath. It's the original action adventure, the ultimate underdog story. Little shepherd boy defeats a literal giant. It's a story we're taught to put ourselves into. When God is on your side, your battles belong to the Lord. And it's not just a Sunday school story. The David and Goliath analogy has been retold everywhere, from rival sports teams to courtroom convictions. But there's part of the story that's rarely told. Before David ever faces Goliath, there's another battle he needs to go through first. The story goes like this. Two massive armies have come head to head. They're gridlocked, each of them unable to advance. So they implement a warrior's challenge. Historically, this was actually a thing. Each army would send out one soldier, their best of the best, for a battle to the death. The fate of the nation, good or bad, depended on this one warrior. So Goliath is the first to be sent out to face his challenger. For days, he comes out and rages profanity against David's people, their culture, and their God. Now, at this point in the story, David is at home, unaware of the drama that's happening on the battlefield. His dad tells him to go and deliver lunch to his brothers. And when he does, he hears Goliath's insults for the first time and can't believe that nobody has stepped up. Why hasn't somebody done something? He is insulting our God. There is this righteous anger that is lit within this 17-year-old. Now, this is the point in the story that we usually skip over. David's oldest brother, Eliab, is fighting in the army, and he hears the chatter coming from his little brother and begins to belittle him. What are you doing here? Why aren't you minding your own business, tending that scrawny flock of sheep? I know what you're up to. You want ringside seats to the bloody battle. You little... Everything within David wants to defend his God, but before he ever faces Goliath, he's caught in this offense that's derailing his destiny. And it's coming from his very own brother. Has this ever played out in your life? You know there's a giant that you need to face. You have all that you need to defeat him, but there is a very real enemy that's trying to get you so triggered, so distracted, that you get stuck. You're caught in a shouting match, arguing to defend your position. It's in these moments where we need to take a page from David's playbook and call a timeout. Just stop. David realized that he was fighting against what he was supposed to be fighting for. Eliab wasn't the enemy. He was his brother. When David comes to this realization, the Bible says 3 words that changes everything. Then David turned. When David turns away from Eliab, it positions himself toward Goliath. Now, some of us right now know that there's a battle that you've been called to, but you're stuck in something that God never intended for you. If you're still blaming someone else for the challenges in your life, you're probably stuck face to face with an Eliab. You need to take a page from David's playbook and make the turn and position yourself to the victory that God has already intended for you. This is how we need to fight our battles. Then there are some of us, if we were really honest with ourselves, you're an Eliab. You've become the mud in someone else's journey. And if you would just put a fraction of the energy into blessing other people instead of defending yourself or some position that you hold, you would be Mother Teresa. Instead of preying on other people's differentness, start praying that you would live out the fruit of the Spirit. And who knows, you might just see what the enemy meant for evil be turned to something good, and watch some giants fall. Okay, back to our story. David turns away from Eliab and positions himself toward Goliath. Then, using the skills of a shepherd boy, a sling, a stone, and God on his side, the greatest of giants is defeated. May we never allow the Goliaths in our lives to go unchallenged. Make the